Hello, everyone. Welcome. Wow, this lighting is really intense right now. Let's see if we could do this. Boop, boop. Is that any better? Nope. Okay, cool. Let me just do this. Boop. Same thing. Okay, Ladira Moon says, hi, everyone. Hello, love. Ooh, Wolf says, today is my daughter's birthday. 18th birthday. Welcome. Guys, can you guys see me and hear me? Okay, Christiana. Greetings everyone. Okay. Christiana says hello from Australia. Hello. Dahlia says, "Oh my god, I love your hair and your outfit, Jess. Thank you." Okay, Jess TC says, "We can see you. Wonderful." Holistic Mystic says, "The vibe you're giving us tonight." Thank you. Thank you guys so much. I am not feeling 100% today. I have no idea why. So we're probably gonna have to keep it short this afternoon. And I have an alarm set for 7:30 just so that I can have some 8:08 a meal says that she feels sick too. I know. I feel like I woke up this morning. I saw you guys' comments earlier saying, I'm so foggy. I saw you guys' comments earlier saying, like, is today a day? It was for me. I'll say that. Let me see if I can get this lighting going because I don't like it. I'll be right back. See if we can switch it. Who's texting me? Oh, okay. Yeah, all right. That's a little bit better. Okay, Irvin says, you look amazing. Yo, I appreciate it. Golden Drip says, I had a headache and dizziness last night. We'll definitely talk about that. Tiffany Beal says, are you pregnant? Not even a little bit. And it's like in my my throat and in my chest. Trisha says, yes, shit really hit the fan this past weekend with my boyfriend, now ex. Yo, I'm telling you, that space. Laura and Fauna says, I love your hair so much. Thank you, my love. Emily Majeski says, I couldn't sleep at all last night. Super bad headache and all tired all day. That's actually, now that I say it, that is what it is. Last night, I could not sleep for the life of me. And I went to bed at like 4 a.m. And then I woke up and then went to the gym and I ate so much. And I think my body is just a combination of like sluggish and tired. And I did not have a good, I normally don't have days like that where self-care or anything like that is a struggle, but I did not have I was not on my routine. I was not good with my routine. And if my routine is off, I'm off. Things are weird. I woke up this morning, I was just like, okay, that was like, I don't even want to get into it. I don't want to project this onto you guys at all. Life with Lolo NYC says, I've been feeling tired since early afternoon and took a shower after work and I'm in bed now. That's literally the vibe, guys. When I am done here, I'm going to go get tacos. I had a friend. I don't know if he could like sense my feelings, but he literally just texted me. He was like, are you hungry? And I was just like, whatever it is that you're about to say or do is a yes. Okay. Whatever it is a yes. Vanessa said, you mentioned that in your last reading. I feel she may be at the end and I'm heartbroken. I'm sorry to hear that. Mattia says, cold showers have been helping me. That's funny that you say that because I too took a cold shower. I sure did. The first Noel says, it was tough getting up for work today. I feel you. And I love my work. It was just like, everything is just, like I could literally just sit and like not say anything. Oh my goodness. Okay. Tiffany says, I felt off this morning too. I really struggled with my AM workout. My workout actually helped me, but afterwards I was just like, Not it. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and go live on the Instagram. But don't click off here. Stay here. And I feel like don't even get me started. Nope, we're not going to do this. We are going to Okay, just so you know, Nova is going to bark during this live stream. 100% she's going to bark during this live stream. Um, Amazon is delivering a water filter for my fridge. So I'm pretty excited about that. Paint Me Pretty TV says, Just, can I light my candles that I got from you during retrograde? Hell yeah, retrogrades are awesome. I love retrogrades. Jean Bean says, Hey Jess, you're glowing, sis. Thank you, my love. I really appreciate that. I'm not feeling it 100%, but I do feel that. Yes. Hadasha, I'm butchering everyone's names. I'm so sorry. Says, I'm juicing and headed to bed early. That was literally my plan today, but I couldn't get to it because there's so many things that were going on. Also, guys, if you are waiting for lodestones from me, just so you know, and I know we're here to talk about Astro Chat Live. But I want to say this. I am not the type of person who would ever get anything into my possession and just immediately send it out. Everything always gets cleansed and blessed. I don't know if you've noticed that, but that's always my vibe. And to me, it's like, I don't know why I'm going to say this as an example, but it's like a ritual. Like, it's like if my mom is making food, and got it from the grocery store, she washes the food before it goes into the body. And the same thing, it's like a byproduct. Like, you just do that. That's just something that you do. I do not just get in crystals. I have crystals coming in. Everything literally gets bathed before it leaves my house, before it leaves and goes to you guys. That includes candles. Even before I fix them, everything gets washed down. So lodestones right now, it's just, I don't know what the hell happened, guys, but the person who, and they're not local, but they're local enough. The person who I buy my lodestones from, they're very, very spiritual. This is a very spiritual group. And for whatever reason, the huge batch that I bought of lodestones before I started cleansing them, when I was washing them, I'm realizing like they're not the quality that I agree to just to ever share with my people. Never. Normally these people are normally pretty good. I did have a conversation with them, a very hard conversation with them, very forward, and told them that to me, it was unacceptable and that I didn't even want to touch them. And if I feel that way, there's no way that I'm sending them out. Having said that, if you're waiting for a lodestone from me, that is the delay. It breaks. I have to say, it's so frustrating because I have worked so unbelievably hard with my ability to move faster and to not compromise quality. And I know that things are outside of my control for the most part, but there's some things that I guess it's like my Virgo perfectionist tendencies. Like, I almost feel like I can cry about it right now. But I don't like this setback. I don't know why this setback is hitting me so hard, but I just work so hard to be where I'm at right now. And something like that just really has been throwing a wrench in my plans when it comes to getting orders out. So I just really wanted to explain. I'm also going to send an email out to the group because they were actually going to replace them and they didn't do it the way that I wanted them to. And it's gotta be the Virgo in me. Like, I know it's gotta be the Virgo in me, but there's just no fucking way. There's no fucking way. So thank you guys for anybody who is patiently waiting. I don't want to yeah, Jules says, "Oh, Jess, it's okay. At least you're telling us and helping us understand the situation." And I know I do want to get better at communication too. I'm really, I don't know. I don't want to talk about it too long because I'm going to start beating myself up. Just know that if you're disappointed or if you're frustrated, I am with you. And if anything, I'm very, very hard on myself, especially now, because I just want things to be a certain way. And we worked really, really freaking hard, and a lot of things have happened. And oh, we'll get through it, but it's I just want to let you guys know. Yeah. Madame Queen says, that's wonderful. Now really need to speak. I need to. You are so powerful. Thank you, my love. Yeah, Ashley Young says, I would rather get them when it feels right for you because it's about the energy for real. Girl, when I tell you, I cannot, and this Astro Chat Live, because we don't have a lot of time, but I cannot ever, ever, ever just get like, even like I've had people say to me, in order to speed things up, like you do not need to bathe every single one of them. Not every single one of them needs to be. No, they do. And that's the difference between how you run yours and how I do mine. Like everything gets cleansed. This is a physical cleansing before the energetic cleansing. And it does take time. And when I'm on my roll and like things are going and then you have something like that, it could be something so minor. It just bugs me out. It bugs me out. It bothers me. And then I work quickly to come up with solutions. My brain has already thought about like 5 to 7 different solutions. And by the time I employ that solution or, get that solution going, it just, I don't know. I'm being a Virgo right now. Like Mars and Virgo is just, anyways, I just want to say that, guys. Maya says, what about if you already received it? Then you're totally fine. Nothing leaves my hands that isn't approved by me, hasn't been touched, if you got yours already, then, you got it as in the way that I would have wanted it. So, Romy says, I just joined, but hugs, girly. Thank you so much. Yes. Right. The sentient sensei says order matters, especially in spiritual work. Exactly. And it's like, if you're a chef, right? And this in my mind, if you're a chef, you don't get like fish thrown into your lap and then you just cook it up. Like there is a process that has to be done. And if you don't, then I'm sure it won't be, it's just not, it's not my vibe. That's not how we roll. That's not what we do. That's not how we operate. So thank you guys again for the patience, for the emails, for those that you guys are just like, hey, quick question. I love when people check in. I don't love when and it's not because I'm mad at anyone, because it's not it. I just don't want anybody to just be disappointed. I would rather communicate. Like I would rather there be communication and then we talk about it so that I can tell you. But if that's the case, then I can also, send a group. So I'm going to send a group message. Yeah. Shah says, oh wow. So what's wrong with them? They're just not, they're like, some of them are cracked and like weird. The energy is like off of them. Some of them are like sitting in this, like, it just is not, it's not. Yeah. Jalen says you get sick if you don't cleanse your shit properly, food or energy. Exactly. If you're not, and then that's spiritual, but guys, if you're not someone who washes your food or anything before you eat it, I would really recommend that you get in the habit of doing that. Side note. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and jump into this week because we don't have a whole lot of time. This week is, like I said, last week was going to be a little bit of a doozy, and this week is going to be a bit of a doozy, but we are all in this together. I am feeling it 100%. A big chunk of this is going to be Sun entering into Mercury. I'm sorry, Sun entering into the sign of Virgo. It just makes, it's kind of explains probably how, not probably, it definitely explains how I'm feeling today, which is minor things are bugging me out. Like as a sun, as a Virgo sun, as a Virgo moon, as a Mars Virgo, like my Mars is in Virgo. I can't even get the words out. It bothered, the smallest minor details fuck me up. Like I don't like when things aren't working efficiently. I don't like when there isn't a plan. And this is the energy that it is that we're dealing with this week. Things are just weird. Like they're just absolutely weird. Then we have, this is not just the sun entering in the sign of Virgo, because I also celebrate, and you should celebrate the sun entering into the sign of Virgo. It's the fact that Uranus is also being going to be turning retrograde on the 24th, but we're in the general energy of it right now. Even though Uranus has not immediate, like right now, isn't retrograde, it's preparing to turn retrograde. And Uranus is one of those planets where, whether it's direct or whether it's retrograde, you never really know exactly what is that it is that you're going to get with it. I do want to put a pin. I want you guys to put a pin into the 24th, and I also want you guys to put a pin into the dates, the 27th. This is when the new moon in Virgo is going to be happening. So, as much again as I want to celebrate, because as a Virgo, I love Virgo energy, and that's, it's a time for you to be productive. It's a time for you to be efficient. It's a time for you to be thorough. It's a time for you to be detailed. It's a time for us to focus on our health, and our routines and our rituals and our, what do you call it? What do you call, oh, hygiene, like your spiritual hygiene, your communication hygiene, your actual hygiene, like your, how you take care of your teeth, your body, all of those things. Yeah, all of that's amazing. But again, looking at the larger chart, and I'm looking on my phone this afternoon because um my iPad won't turn on either. Shout out to just technology not working. Um Looking at it, everything is so changeable. The energy is so changeable and so revved up and ramped up and amped up and hyper wired and hyper sensitive and hyper plugged in and like indecisive and wobbly. So these are the energies that we've been dealing with. So I really want to say, earth signs, you guys, your level of frustration, okay, and by earth signs I mean your sun, your rising, your moon, and your Mars. If you have an earth sign, you're going to be either really exhausted or really frustrated. It's going to feel like you're hitting your head into, or not, I don't want to say hitting your head. It's like, if you think about, if you're in New York Times Square and you're already anxious and people keep hitting your arms, like as you're walking by, they like hit your arms. It feels like that level of like, that didn't need to happen. You could have said excuse me, and now I'm irritable. That's the energy that I'm getting from earth signs. Fire signs, I feel like there's this emphasis lately. Let me look at the chart really quickly, on overdoing it, like overexertion and wanting to prove yourself, but also feeling like not seen, not heard, not acknowledged, not being like, there's like this feeling of like, I don't want to say superiority, but like, I feel like you're getting, what is it called? When someone assumes the worst of you, like they automatically assume the worst of you, or they call you, not call you names, but they don't understand where you're coming from. Like there's a lot of, I don't say miscommunication, but it's like missed vibes. Like things just, you're not, it doesn't feel like you're aligning 100%. Fire signs, but at the same time, I feel like you guys are still faring better than the majority of the group. Water signs, water signs are actually, I feel like, are doing pretty okay. Outside of like water signs, it's almost like status quo. Whatever you've been tolerating, whatever you've been dealing with, um good or bad, it just maintains. It literally feels like it maintains. So you're treading water. Water signs, it feels like you're treading water. There might be moments, as it is, just depending on like how your moon, what's going on, like where, how your moon is placed within your natal chart, and if it's getting triggered by anything like the transits happening, that might set it off. Oh, am I missing comments? The Poet Lounge says, yep, we chilling. Okay, good, good, good. Yeah, Danny says, hey beautiful, you're spot on as always. Okay, wonderful, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, so just water signs, I just feel like you guys are you're treading water. I do want you guys, if anything, you might have, I don't want to say a feeling of boredom, but like, you, if you're not 100% happy with your current circumstances and just kind of coasting, then there might be this feeling of boredom because you're wanting more from things. But it's just best really that if you can just skirt away and out of things, you're going to fare better, because in the coming months, towards the end of the year, water signs, things are going to start getting a little turbulent for you, and into the following year. Or if not turbulent, they're going to start revving themselves up, right? Okay, air signs, you guys are on another planet. Like, I love your energy. You guys are doing, I would say, from a fire sign, I'm sorry, as an earth sign, I would say that fire, okay, sorry. I'm like tripping over my own words. Air signs, as an earth sign, I would look at you and I would say you're doing too much. You guys are just on another planet. You guys are on another level. Ideas that, like, opportunities, conversations, connections, all of those things are just shooting into your chart. So if you can keep up with it, I see you doing your best. It's like your life is starting to speed up. Air signs, your mind is getting filled with ideas. You're flighty. Some of you guys that might actually feel attacked, like you feel like you're under attack by people who have expectations of you, but you have your own goals. Like, you are in another planet. So how your ability to connect and to work as a team with others, especially with fire signs, especially with earth signs, is going to be strained because you guys are not seeing eye to eye. I think that air signs should be given all the freedom in the space to use this energy to, like, brainstorm, create. I'm also seeing a lot of procrastination and indecision for all the zodiac signs. However, I feel like air and water are going to be feeling it the most. Earth signs just frustrated. Like, they're just, I don't want to say done for it, but they're just, and just one thing that I also want you guys to be aware of, at the time of the new moon in Virgo, his daughter 88 says, are they making paper towel toilets though? Literally, I should make merchandise that says paper towel toilet. I would literally wear that hoodie. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, wait. Kudzai says Kudzai. I'm butchering everybody's name. I can't even get my words out today, you guys. I feel like it's Mercury retrograde in my body right now. So I did too much. I don't know. It's not even like a coffee thing. I wish. I just did too much and too little at the same time, if that's possible. Okay, what are they saying? Okay, Cancer sun. Fuck, it's gone. Okay. Selena says you most definitely should. Yo. Lucita says, oh my God, I can't with that paper towel toilet. Yo. But are they making paper towel toilets though? But are they? That's so funny. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, definitely check. Was it Divine Masculine reading? Was it Divine Masculine reading? I think it was. Speaking of Divine Masculine, the energy is just wild lately, like, just so wild. It's like things are just like shooting forward and barely missing and then skirting over here. It's very highly active. And I did talk about this last week, and we're in it right now. And that's why I'm so freaking frazzled. And that's why I'm not going to spend too much time on here tonight, because I need to eat a taco. Like, I just need to have tacos. Sun square Mars. I'm going to be working my Magick for the new moon in Virgo, which again is on the 27th. But Sun square Mars, I'm telling you guys, and Venus square Uranus, both same on the 27th, the same time. Then we have Venus directly opposing Saturn retrograde. I just don't even know what to expect from this energy right now. With Uranus retrograde, you guys know, if I can put my finger on and give you guys an accurate prediction, I'm going to give it to you. I do not feel like I can figure this out. And I don't know if it's because I'm frazzled today or if it's the charts. I am going to try again tomorrow and do a podcast. I'm really feeling like, because I want to give myself some credit, I'm really feeling like it has to do with Uranus retrograde. It's just freaking impossible to figure out how this energy is going to play out. I don't have any sense of grand warning. I don't feel like this is, if you've already, if there's, if, sometimes I get a lot of questions about relationships. Like that's my most predominant relationships, purpose and money. If you're worried about relationships, I don't see like a huge negative thing or something bad happening within relationships. For example, splitation. It's not going to be anything that you didn't see coming. There's this really, as surprising as these planets and changeable as these planets are, there is this sense of knowingness that you can pretty much tell, discern your discernment. You guys, a lot of you guys don't give yourself, your intuition and your discernment enough credit, but like when something is off, when something is brewing, when something's not right. And if you don't have those feelings, then the way that these planets are shifting and changing, I feel like it'll be like a surprise offer, something that your partner does that you won't expect, but you enjoy, you find pleasurable. If there's a lot of you guys have gone through last week, I was telling you guys about splitation, things splitting up, people splitting up, needing space, needing to be, Spirit just said something to me. Not recognized, but people want to be seen for what they've already put into the relationship, and they feel like it's not ever good enough. Like you're never like someone, this is giving me masculine energy, so this could be actually a male or a female and what they do, like how they show up all the time. Maybe they feel like they're overdoing or overexerting themselves. The energies of the charts right now are giving me someone who just feels like they're not being recognized or acknowledged or appreciated for how they're showing up. So if that rings a bell for you, there's a chance this week. Yeah, Lucida says I was feeling this way with my family. Yeah, Purple Monster says acknowledgement, 100%. There's this need to be acknowledged, but it's so two-sided. I'm gonna say this because it's so two-sided, because it's like I'm telling you guys, there's this like weird energy in the charts, and I know it sounds like I'm like all over the place, but it's the best way for me to describe it is, think about an intersection in the busiest part of the world that you can ever think of, and you have cars like shooting forward and cars turning this way, and everybody wants to go to their destination, and no one's really, like, even if one person was to stop and try to direct traffic, it's like everybody would just lay on their horns and beep and be like, get the fuck out of the way. It's just like, that's the chart right now. It's energetically chaotic. And the best thing to do is just wait for everything to just calm the fuck down. Like, just wait for it to calm down. And I feel like that's going to happen after the new moon. If you know that, if you know what you're working with, yeah, the little gypsy says that was my exact scenario. Yeah, ride the wave. Thank you guys so much for appreciating my hair so much. I appreciate the fact that you. Shaw says, let's all just smoke all the weed. We'll be fine. Definitely smoke the weed, but don't use it as a crutch. Don't use it as a distraction. Don't use it to avoid certain issues. Back to my metaphor that I was saying, it's just like, it's like everybody wants to go to their destination, right? Which means that destination represent your point. My point is like, I don't feel seen, I don't feel heard, I don't feel like, and it doesn't seem like a lot of people are working together. It feels like everything's getting pulled apart, stretched here, done. Everything is just getting pulled and weird. Like, so if you can do yourself a favor and just realize, not to internalize this and just wait for this dust to settle a little bit. And I'm telling you guys, I've been saying this for the last week, but I'm saying 3 weeks. Let this in 1 week pass, so we have 2 weeks left of this. So it's gonna feel a little chaotic. Yeah. A big part of this too has to do with just people battling with their own egos. Chiron retrograde in sign of Aries is not helping, because this has to do with people really selfishly putting the energy on themselves. They can only see their way. They can only see how they hurt. They can only see their side, their perspective. There is a need. Everything is, the other thing too, things feel very changeable. It feels like good luck trying to make your mind up. I wouldn't, if you have your mind set on something, then you're a small minority. You're like the 13%. If you have your mind set on something, you know exactly what it is that you want and it's in front of you, you are a very small percentage. The rest of us are figuring out, going with the flow, everything shape shifting. No one really has it set in stone. There's like missing pieces of the puzzle that they still are figuring out how to work with it, how to make it, how to build with this. What do I do with this? What do I want? I thought this is what I wanted. I don't know anymore. Do you see what it is? You see what I'm saying? Like, how do I come on to Astro Chat Live this week, feel this, and then try to explain it? Like, it's just bananas. It's absolutely bananas. Shah says, is it a good time to start a small business? It's been a good time to start a small business. Absolutely. Absolutely. Now would be a great time, you guys, to ask any, I don't say personal questions, but if you guys have questions that can serve the general. So, for example, how she asked that question, is it a good time to start a business, a small business? Absolutely. And I'm going to explain why. The major planets, Jupiter, Pluto, Saturn, Uranus, now soon to be Neptune, all of those planets are retrograde. This means the foundation, the businesses that are currently have been in in established for how years are being replaced with gapes, like big gaping holes, and small businesses are coming in and plugging in those holes with what they see, feel is best for them, because big business is crumbling down. Big business is losing their what makes them special. Like, they're not special anymore. They're not, people want something unique. People want something that's not the standard. Another thing is social media. The way, and I said this years ago, you guys, I was like, if you're running an Instagram business, you got to be real, or social media business, especially Instagram, you guys got to be really careful, because now that Saturn is moving through Aquarius and now retrograde, businesses on that were built off of social media, you got to be innovative. You got to think outside of the box. You want to stabilize yourself for longevity. You want to work on what is going to make you be stable for, regardless of how technology shifts and changes. So you need to have your own space, your own platform. It's never too late to start. Listen to your intuition. Saturn wants boundaries. It wants a firm foundation. It wants structure. It wants routine. It wants to be stabilized in in Aquarius. If I'm saying Uranus, I actually mean Aquarius. Aquarius is ruled by Uranus. Sorry, guys. In Aquarius, Aquarius thinks years ahead. It thinks generations ahead. So whatever you can see yourself not only prospering, like doing for work, but also how can you how can you make your space? How can you make a dent? How can you what gifts can you share? What light can you share? How can you help humanity? These are things that are going to do really well. Let me check up on some of these comments. Yeah, Stephanie says, "What do you mean? What do you mean by our own platform, like our own website?" Yeah, or put your finger in everything that's keep your finger on the pulse of what's next, what's new, and also you need to have your own space on the web, 1000% on the internet. Okay, Lucida says, I was thinking about this too. What can I do that is unique to me and stand out from the crowd? Yes, how can I be of service, living my life purpose? Exactly. I'm sorry, guys. Chris says, can I light your banished negativity candle and healing candle at the same time? Absolutely. That's a really positive. That's a really awesome combination right there. They're like sister and brother. Can we talk about finances? Finances is what Wild Ivy 28 is saying. Absolutely, my love. Finances are really weird right now. I think the best money and jobs right now are very tight is what I for a lot of people. It's I mean, you guys don't need me as an astrologer to say that because you can see it in the news. I've been talking about it for when I was in New Orleans. Um Actually a little bit before that, I think in Philadelphia. This has a lot to do with Uranus's transit through Taurus. You there's an emphasis on I don't want to say survival. It's like people are going to be really exceedingly successful and people are going to be exceedingly like without. There's this big swing in extremes. The best thing I believe is to have multiple streams of income, not just one source of income. If you can do it, take care and also taking care of your body in order to maintain your ability to like show up, to do work, to be of service to other people. Let's say you have a bunch of like small skill sets, right? These are transits these days where you have to also consider your root chakra work as well as your crown chakra work. So you have to be doing things for example, let's say you braid hair, let's say you do hair. You could have but that's not your purpose. Your purpose is to do readings or your purpose is to give, um, work. I don't know, whatever your purpose is. There's needs to be like, I see multiple streams of income in order to make people successful. 100%. Even like millionaires right now, there needs to be multiple streams of income because what is going up over here can go down. What was successful the years before that, or may look good now can get really rocky, can get really bumpy. Why? Because especially when it comes to e-commerce, especially when it comes to small businesses, it's think about what it was I was just talking to you about. Like my issue lately has not been supply or supply and demand. I know a lot about small businesses that were suffering with small like supply and demand, but I have long time ago, I made connections with every spot that it is that I go to, wherever it was that I was living. I always made myself connect with the people that I was locally with. I always put myself out there and made connections, and I always work in what is available with Mother Earth. So if Mother Earth is giving a plenty of this, then that's where I'm going to be working my magic. That's how I'm going to be working my magic because that's what she's giving to us to create with, right? And that's how I built my business, my brand, and I tried to be as consistent as possible with myself, keeping in mind that there were some considerations that were going on in my personal chart that I would have to like ride through those roller coaster waves because just like you, I'm under the same influence of the same planets, right? So I see the same thing happening similar with small businesses, and there's this struggle in order to gain resources, in order to gain the things that would help you break past like a supply and demand type of issue in order to make more, to make more, to make more, to meet the demand that's out there. So when it comes to finances, you guys, all of that to say, you're going to want to stretch your budget as much as you can. The normal spending that we would want to do, even if you're one person who is on the top of the wheel of the fortune right now, doing really well, you still want to save that for the next like 2 years. You still want to save that and maybe even longer because and not spend it crazy. In 2 years, you guys, some of you guys are going to be like, oh my God, this is going to be forever. 2 years is going to fly by in a blink of an eye. 100%. So if you are making a lot of money, you don't want to get in the mindset right now, at least just wait until Uranus is outside of Taurus and moves into the sign of Gemini. You don't want to get into the mindset of, oh, the way that I'm making money now is the way that's always going to be. You have to keep that hustle mentality going. Okay. Okay, good. Jasmine Love says, my question is, what's the great news? What are some easy, good things to look out for? I love that you said that. Diet, lifestyle, routine, spiritual maintenance, purification, taking care of your peace of mind, your ability to, every single one of us, your ability to actually gain access to things that have value and substance are going to make themselves known this week and the weeks to come. And I am really glad, Jasmine, that you said that, because I do feel like a bearer of bad news sometimes. I always like to talk about the challenges, and I don't feel like I talk enough about the positives. And I'm really, really grateful that you did say that. So it's like, if you're watching certain things fall aside, it's like the solid things that have value are going to make themselves so clearly known to you. What the good news is that things that are of substance and how you take care of yourself, how you take care of your body has a fight. Like, the fight in the physical body and the spiritual body is so strong these days. The ability to create, the ability to connect with spirit, the ability to receive divine intervention is so loud. Your ability to connect, I mean, if you are trying to work on developing a relationship with spirit, or develop a relationship with the divine, you're going to hear loud and clear more than ever. If you are focusing on your spiritual gifts, you are stretching that muscle. That muscle is strong. That muscle wants to work. This is an amazing time to work with that. For me, as a spiritual person who pulls all of my energy, my abundance, and anything that I could ever need from the divine, I know that as long as that's good, as long as that's my lifeline, I do not have to worry about anything else, because spirit will always have me. The divine will always have me. I will always be guided. That is the best news. Lydia says, has anyone else found it harder to focus and feeling tired? Yes. And that's the next good news, is that your ability to rest and your ability to fall back and to receive and tap into feminine energy this week and the weeks to come is going to be your key, because that's when you're starting to get dreams. I had actually, my hair today was a dream that I had, a vision that I had, that came to me while I was dreaming. And I knew it was spirit, because spirit was literally parting, like, it wasn't spirit, it was my guides. They were literally parting my hair and greasing my scalp and taking care of and I literally just sat there. And then today I woke up. That was one of the things too. I was actually doing research, because I'm like, my curl pattern, stuff like that. So it was like, these are things that it's like spirit is talking to me about, not only the big things, but also the small things. Just do your hair this way, take care of your body this way, do this, do this, do this. And I just follow along. So it's literally, those are going to be the ways, that the best ways for you to work with these energies. And that's the greatest good news, because from that source, when you tap into source, everything else bleeds out, and everything else pulls out, that you don't have to really question yourself. Some of you guys, I don't know about you, but I was saying when I was in New Orleans, I'm like, I don't know what it is, but I am showing up with my spiritual routine, and I'm doing all the things that worked for me, but I felt like I was not hearing from the divine in the same way, with the same clarity. It felt like a fight. Now it's like I can literally have a full-blown conversation with the divine, and I can hear the voice of God and the divine and my angels and my guides, like, with clarity. It just rings as a bell. And it was like 2.5 years, you guys. That was the worst. It was like 2.5 years of really struggling to connect. And I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate to this. Sorry, I just was reading a comment. I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate to that, where it's just like some days you're creative, you're inspired, your spirit is moving, miracles are moving, energy is moving. Like, you can, when you pray, you're not wondering, or you get up like, I wonder if I was heard, or you may hear confirmation, but it doesn't feel like enough. Like, these are the days where your spiritual cup and spiritual information is pouring over. The thing is like, you just have to work on your discernment, and you have to maintain spiritual hygiene, because there's just, not only is there so much information getting pumped out into the world, but into like our headspace, but there's a lot of, I don't want to say imbalance within our bodies, because that's not it, but there's a lot of, our sensitivities are so heightened right now, which is why you're hearing from spirit so clearly. But because you're so sensitive, it makes you emotional, it makes you vulnerable to other other things that just come with the territory. You know, there's no all good or all bad. It is what it is. All right, guys. To explain that, that has a lot to do with Neptune. Neptune moving to the sign of Pisces right now, and also the Sun entering the sign of Virgo. Sun in Virgo literally takes what is downloaded and understands it, articulates it, and just starts to transcribe it. That's why Virgo energy is known for being super connected to spirit and being quote unquote one of the messengers of the gods or God, because they receive the download and they start to process it and make sense of it and put it where it belongs. That's why you see me doing what I do now. All right, guys, I'm going to have to head out because my voice is once again starting to crack and get weird. This video will be up. Oh, just right on time. We got Amazon. He's kind of cute. Oh, I think he heard me. I'm going to go get some tacos and pretend like I'm not as awkward as I am. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Tomorrow I'm going to try again with the podcast. If you guys don't know, Bahati Life does have a podcast. Just look for Bahati Life, BEHAT as in Tiger, ILIF as in Frank, and fuck it up. E. Just go ahead and look for that on the podcast, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, all of the major platforms. Oh my God, if that's my water filter, that thing is fucking huge, because that was a big box he just brought. It was literally huge. Okay, I'm gonna head out. Yeah, so keep your eyes open for that, and this video will be up on YouTube, and I'll also have some more videos coming. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for hanging out with me again tonight. Bye.